And we're live, I think. Yeah.
We are live cooking.
Woo!
Yo.
Hello.
Welcome to Dojocast 5. This is a Bepler situation. We got our host here.
Mighty. Woo!
And a special guest, would you say?
Who is it?
I would believe he's both special and here with us right now. The W man, the Briton himself, Harry Potter's great second cousin twice removed, Wimhurst McHoward, you guys. The guy who made Wild Fur.
Mm-hmm.
Howard, what is going on?
Hi. It's an honor to be on the podcast next to these two excellent hosts, and I can't wait to get talking about all things animation related.
That sounds right.
Is that good?
Is top notch. So, as you guys know, our last week's episode was on typography, and now 1 week later, we are kicking it off with a little bit of a kind of mix-up episode.
Yeah. Switching it up a little bit, seeing what's up.
Which one are we starting with on this?
There's no notes.
There's no notes.
Don't listen to Howard.
we are going
sorry.
on top
no
of the dome
notes.
here.
There aren't any notes.
But okay, wait.
Right,
Before we actually start, I just want to say major thank you to our moderators who are in the live stream, who were just like pretty much telling people off and like gathering questions for us to talk about. So Yellow, the Orange, Reflex, and leave anybody else, maybe Ash as well. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really great to have this live situation. You know, we're seeing the comments flow by. We are watching for questions.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, keep those coming, and we will try to answer any that we can.
Yeah, we'll try to get them as quick as possible. And information. Yeah, we'll be too.
So just as we always start off, let's check in with everybody. What are we all working on? Matt?
With me, I've been doing some live streams here and there, making this new animation called something. I don't know. I made this really cheap title, Fold'em. It might change, it might not. Who knows? Set in the Western theme, lots of guns, lady people. It's gonna be great. Bebler, how about you?
We got a little Dojo Duels situation.
Ooh,
You know, we're gonna talk extensively on this later, but I'm working on.
Can I say that I saw a little bit of your entry and it looks amazing. It looks really mind-blowingly good. That's all I say. I won't spoil it for you.
We got a guy. He's fighting some other dudes.
Yeah.
Lots of angles. Really trying to dig into those angles. It's no Fold'em. I mean, I've seen the Swift, ladies and gentlemen. I have looked at that Swift up and down, left, right, and it's no Fold'em or Shockwave file. But I mean, I'm loving it.
Yeah.
Yo, Howard, what's in your jam these days?
Well, currently it's mostly commissions. I'm doing a commission right now for an anime series. It's kind of anime. It's called White Snake Chronicles, and it's the opening fight scene of the first episode. But it's quite a long way from being completed, so it will probably be around January or February before you see it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I've got it open right now. I'm actually going through it. I should stop though, because I'll get distracted by it.
Sounds great.
So, Howard, you know, you got a lot on your plate. You're kind of a commission kind of man, literally selling your animations to people. Tell me something. Riddle me this. Would you consider yourself like a full-blown artist?
Yeah, I think so. I think, I'd have to look up the definition of artist, but I think it's very subjective. But I like, out of all the things that I've heard animators say, I like Glenn Keane's thing that he says. He's like, when he gets asked that, I'm not comparing myself to Glenn Keane, by the way, but when he gets asked that, like, so are you an animator or are you an artist? He says, I'm an artist that animates. That's kind of, I just adopted that as the thing that I say. I'm an artist who makes animated films. But really, when you think about animation, it's kind of three big disciplines all molded into one, and by themselves these disciplines are massive but together they're even bigger. So animating is huge, but you got directing, directing the shot and the storytelling aspect. You've got the art and you've got the animation principles. So art principles is a huge topic. Directing principles and storytelling principles is a huge topic. Animating itself is actually the smallest one to learn out of the three.
Mm-hmm.
But I think those three combined. Maybe I'm missing certain things from that, but it seems to be those three at the core of creating animation.
We were talking the other day. Oh, Mav.
Oh, wait, so who's this person that you quoted from? I didn't really catch that.
Oh, Glenn Keane. So he's like a Disney animation legend. He did all the... he animated Tarzan, Ariel, The Beast from Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin, all sorts of stuff. And he recently came out... Well, not recently. It was like at least a year ago. But he came out with a film recently called Duet. And it's a very lovely story. And it's all hand-drawn animation. I recommend you check it out if you haven't.
Glenn King, most recent tweet. Fashion, flowers, diamonds, magic, cocktails, and cars. Right there for you folks.
Are you serious?
Serious delirious.
Wow.
That's at Glenn King PR.
There you have it, folks.
You know, Howard, I was talking with you the other day, and we, as any animator does, started talking about Phillips Lackenlolly.
Oh man, that guy.
And just now you were talking about how big of an aspect directing is when it comes to composing a big animation, just cobbling shots together. Yeah. What a man. Just
I can't even begin.
What an eye.
A real eye for a real director's eye, I feel. And I can't explain why that is, but it's
I think like when you see the shots he's putting one after the other, it feels like if you were there shooting what he was drawing, it's where you would have put the camera.
Yeah, it's he's definitely got an eye for continuity, and how to explain it? I don't know. Like even in some of his fight scenes where there's no background, you have a bearing of where everything is, and that's quite incredible, really, because all you would have is, say, a horizon line. How do you know where anything is? But he can make it work. It's quite astounding.
Just pulls it off.
And the pacing and everything, it really makes you just lose yourself in it. But also the moves are so dramatic that it also kind of hits you,
Yeah.
And I've been studying this kind of story and narrative. In fact, I just got back from a lesson today in it. And what they do, especially in suspense things, is it is a lot like a roller coaster ride in the dynamics of the timing, particularly. So not as much the composition, but the actual timing of how fast you show each shot for. It kind of goes slow, and then as you know, it goes fast, and then it goes over a waterfall, and then you go over the waterfall, it speeds up, and then it goes very, very fast, and then it slows out again, and there's a whole craft to it, and it's very difficult, like, explaining these things, and some people just seem to know it instinctively, and maybe it's because they watch dramatic films and it rubs off on them or something, but there's so many little things to pick up on like that.
Curiously, Howard,
he just seems to be a master of that.
We are actually in a call. You and me, Howard, are in a call right now with someone who has mastered the art of timing and pacing. I mean, the kind of guy who just knows when to throw a back-to-back sword shot at you. I mean, the kind of character who's going to be in the position where he's going to be offering up shots like you see an explosion in the distance. Maybe a sort of seatbelt style sword belt grab coming at you.
Oh, I do love that seatbelt sword grab.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about Mav Mighty's demonstration. Okay?
Oh yeah.
We had to get there eventually. We had to
the
look at
demonstration, the one and only.
You can feel it. You can feel the tone of the piece, the music. You got yourself the slow shots at the beginning. Set the scene for the world that you're living in. So,
then, it takes its time. It doesn't rush things. It just takes you into it, and then whoa, what do you know? They're fighting
Yeah. See, can I sort of break up for a second? Case so the thing that I got a lot from the comments where just like I interpreted it is like it's too slow, and I mean it makes sense if because like since most of Dojo uploads. Oh yeah, by the way, people, I got featured on Dojo. I'm just saying, no.
The man.
Round of applause, everybody. Give Matt Mighty applause though. Yeah. So I'm reading the comments and it's like, Matt, you got to put this animation up to 1.25 speed. It makes more sense. And
No, I would disagree.
yeah, I mean it. When you compare with other people on the Dojo, like their uploads were like it's super fast, super quick, and like everything is going at Mach 5 punches. It makes sense on that way that people are like, hey, put it at 1.25 because it looks nice because it's sort of falling in within that speed that everybody sort of animates in, like super quick. But I mean, I would like it to be that fast, but I want to sort of make you immersed into that world. I might not be the best at it, but at least you know where everything is, and it falls in quite nicely when it does.
I appreciate the realism, Mav. I mean, like, it just sucks. Like, that's what you would do if you just got through fighting somebody with a big heavy sword. You're gonna stand there for a second and catch your breath. You're not gonna be jumping spry and ready to go.
Yeah.
And also, one of the things I like about it is that you can see them think about what they're gonna do, and that's like you'll hear like Disney animators talk about that a lot. It's about the you got to convincingly imagine that it's a living, breathing person doing it, and not just an animator is orchestrating these puppets.
Yeah.
But instead, it's giving life to something where they're actually making the decisions by themselves. And I feel like in the demonstration, you can see their thought process, and they actually take time to calculate things sometimes, which is quite refreshing to see.
Yeah. But you know what? What else is refreshing? Wild Fur. Damn, that's like the Arctic air is just just hits you right then and there.
I'm gonna get hypothermia, man, falling in that ice.
Get it.
If you don't know what we're talking about, guys, Howard Wimhurst made a 2 or 3-ish minute long piece. It got a little snow leopard situation. It's called Wild
It's more
Fur.
like 1 minute.
It was at least 2. Had to be.
Yeah.
Was it? I can't remember. Maybe.
You made it. All right. 1:51.
I had to be very, very efficient with the things, with the scenes on that one, because I was under the clock with how much time I had. I had 4 weeks.
Oh,
So
damn.
I would have loved to have made it into something bigger. There's countless amounts of storyboards I had to just scrap. I had to take them out. And I feel regret for that, but I know at the same time I'm not allowed to go back and add to it, because that would be taking a step back. Yeah.
Howard, it was so cool to see the main character of an animation not being a person, especially something that got featured on the Dojo.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, just racking up those thousands of views. Lovely
Yeah,
score.
I was quite hesitant to even upload it on the Dojo because I thought maybe it wasn't the right fit for the content, the niche of the Dojo, you know. But I'm really thankful that it did get accepted with open arms by the community. And in fact, I 1 or 2 comments were like, "Oh, I'm so sick of seeing stick figures. This was really refreshing." And I was like, "Oh, okay, that's interesting." But then, of course, there's probably other people who are like, "Why isn't this a stick figure animation?" You know.
But I mean, they've got hearts. The likes speak for themselves, man. 242 to 1. There's only one dude out there who's like, yeah, it's a stick figure. Should have been stick figures.
Yeah.
So who did you work with for the music on that? Because it was awesome.
The one and only, the best of the best. You know this person very well, Andrew Beckler. Shaynik.
Oh, damn, really?
If you don't know that name, what are you doing?
Abraham
Shaynik.
Nunez, you guys.
Is that his real name?
Alias
Dang.
Shanik, the kind of guy who's going to get you out of a jam. You need a song? Oh, let him just make one for you. I mean, not to say that he's just handing out songs.
And may I add, guess how I came across this magnificent musician?
Oh, how?
Andrew Beckler.
Oh, dang.
Yep. A fun fact for you, I was watching Andrew's videos, and I think it was Top 10 Birds.
Uh-huh.
I was watching, and I was like, whoa, and I realized that the music makes it so, it gives it that feeling that's this of the supernatural, like something else is going on here. And
that disbelief.
and I was like, I've got to find out who made this music. I've got to, and sure enough, it was Shaynik. And I looked on his account. And I was like, how does this guy have so few views? But SoundCloud's like that, isn't it? With SoundCloud, you can come across people on SoundCloud that have hardly any followers, and they're making the most amazing stuff.
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
seen it so many times. Just
Yeah.
like you're here, you don't have an EP yet or a label,
Yeah.
whatever it is. How are you still
Yeah.
here, man? There's just
Yeah.
so many people so good at so many things. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I know. It's a bit scary when you think about it, because it makes you think like there's probably another Howard Wimshurst but with a different name, just making Wild Fur 2.
Somewhere else.
I don't know. Yeah.
Somewhere in the distance.
But anyway, I was playing that song, Actors, and I was playing that, and I was working out the storyline for it at the same time, and I was also thinking about possible music tracks and what to do. I was thinking, should I do a music have a music score written, because there were a few musicians available to make an original music score, but I always shy away from that because I don't know what the music's going to sound like until they make it.
Mm-hmm.
And by that time, maybe I don't like it. So I thought, yeah, we'll just give it a go. We'll do it. And one thing that really made me panic was like one of the. Sure enough, like when I uploaded it on the deadline day, I was like, I really hope this music was the right choice for it, because I love the music. I adore that kind of music, and I thought it worked well. But I wasn't sure if other people would think that. And sure enough, one of the first comments I got on the video was this guy who said, that was a dreadful music choice. Oh. You've made a terrible mistake, like putting that music in, very inappropriate music track. And I just like normally it wouldn't.
Oh my god!
It would just ping off me, but that because he addressed exactly what my fear was, that that made me crumble.
You have to ignore it.
Yeah, I know. But then there were 3 or 4 other comments after that saying I really liked the music, and I thought it complemented it really well.
Yeah.
But it didn't matter because he still said that. That one guy had still said that, and it had all these doubts in my mind.
You take all the harsh criticism like 10 times more seriously than all the good stuff.
I know. It's ridiculous,
isn't it? Like, someone says you're looking awesome today, and then 6 other people say it, and one guy's like, you should get a haircut. It's like, oh, I should get a haircut.
Yeah, exactly.
My goodness. So anyway, guys, before we step away from Wild Fur, he had that piece made by Shanik. That's soundcloud.com /Shanik.
Get that plugged in.
Soundcloud.com/Shanik. Also, please do check out the original band that made the original score. They're called Still Parade. They have stuff on iTunes and on Spotify. I feel kind of guilty because I was a total idiot. I'm confessing this now. I was a total idiot, and I asked Shanik about if I can use the track, and Shanik said, yeah, sure. And he even went as far as like promoting the video and stuff. So I had his full support, but in my haste, I didn't think about the original band who Shanik had remixed the song of, and they contacted me and were like, we appreciate the animation, it's really good, we like it, but you should have contacted us. And then I realised, oh snap, I didn't think about that, because there was so much to do, with the animation that I hadn't been thinking about. I didn't think that far, and so yeah, I apologized a lot, and since then I've tried my best to promote that iTunes stuff. So yeah, also there's a lesson to that. Always credit everyone, and always ask for permission beforehand, just because people will 90% of the time say yes, unless you're asking Kanye West if you can use his track, and then he probably will never get back to you because he's Kanye West. But most if they're small time bands, they will probably want the promotion, but all they ask is that you ask them first.
But you know what the nice thing about them is that they didn't go, hey, take that down, hey, we don't want that. It's that they actually agreed with it, and they're like, yeah, you can just use it, but it'd be cool if you put our name and plug this in. But yeah, I'm pretty surprised that they were a-okay with that. But yeah,
they weren't. They were a bit bitter, I think, because they weren't cheerful.
Oh.
They were just kind of they were oh, it's very good, but you should have contacted us. And I sent this whole thing oh, I'm so sorry, please forgive me. I've since then I've linked to your iTunes.
Mm-hmm.
It won't happen again. I just wasn't thinking. I was really stupid. It was a stupid mistake. And it's just yep, okay.
I guess at the end of the day,
I feel terrible for it.
It does end up becoming good for both. They get promotion.
Yeah, it's mutually beneficial.
Yeah.
I mean, looking back on it, once I got my mind set on what music track I want, looking back on it, if I had thought to ask permission and he'd said no, I know what I would have said. I would have said, name your price. Because I was determined. I'd say, name your price. I will pay it.
That is awesome.
Because
that's pretty dedicated, Howard. Damn.
Well, yeah. How far are you willing to go for your animation? I mean, it's your baby.
Yeah.
It's a month of blood, sweat, and tears. I wouldn't be about to just settle for something less than what I want with it. I don't know if other people would do that, but that's definitely what I would do.
Well, goodness me, Howard. Some wise words in the way of music using.
Mm-hmm.
So
I don't know if they're wise.
No. It's good to know. So you, on the description of Wildfur, just up and gave everybody your FLA, which is the file where you can see exactly how he animated it, if you don't know. What the heck, Howard? What's your thinking behind that? I mean, you sent us to this, what's it, Animator Guild, wasn't it?
Animatorguild.com. It's my website. It's I'll say no more. Just if you want to learn Flash animation, you might want to check out that or not, but hey, you might just be able to find some exclusive video tutorials and book one-on-one tuition with an animation mentor and download free source files on Photoshop and Flash files.
Oh, dang.
This man, guys, he's got you hooked up. Hey, I mean, he's putting out his YouTube tutorials, okay?
Yeah.
Howard Wimhurst, he's like, oh, let me show you how to do this. Oh, all for free? Yeah, keep it on coming. But then he's got a whole website, okay? Animatorguild.com. You go. You get the newsletter. You get the subscription. You come on down. Oh, free for you, free for me too. And you're gonna get what? The custom tutorials. You can have little work sessions with Howard every now and then. Okay, I'm looking on it right now. He's got tutorials. Yeah, waving motion. Oh, love it.
I need to do more tutorials for that.
How to
exclusively.
do a fight scene. Long hair,
Oh,
action poses, more fight scenes, guys. He's got the basics. He's got the advanced. This guy.
You've got everything here, folks. Come on down to Animator Guild, and you get everything that you need.
I'm really enjoying this so far.
He's giving Flash Bepler a run for his money. That Jamogul is going to be sitting in a pile of dirt on the side of the road when he's over with him.
Look, if Animator Guild is Jesus, Flash Bepler is Zeus.
Oof. Oh, comparisons left and right.
That's all I'm saying.
That struck him tonight. They're like lightning, Howard. So there you go, guys. You know, he's just got it figured out. He's drawing mountains in the sky. However, I have noticed, Howard, this new thing you're working on, this kind of dreamy parkour kind of thing.
Surviving the fall.
You got a lot of angles going on, Mr. McHoward. And if there's one man that knows anything about angles, it's Sunny Go himself, right here in the call, everybody. Reincarnated as Mav Mighty.
Oh,
Can
God
you
damn
believe
it. I just checked Skype to see if Sunny Goes had been brought into the call.
It's Mav.
No,
Right,
no.
yeah.
Well, Matt, if Sunny was actually in the call, I would, fanboy left and right.
Yeah, I would scream.
Mav,
Your
talk
ears
to
would
us.
probably be shattered. Oh, God.
How did you get into that Sunny Go thing? And more accurately, how did you become him?
Well, first, no, I'm just joking. I'm not gonna be. Well, I mean, Sunny Go's pretty cool. Like me and Bepper always talk about him. Like he's pretty much like the guy when we ever like compare full bodies and like, oh man, that's so cool. But you know, it was cooler, Sunny Go type of thing. But yeah, Sunny Go's really great. I mean, I really idolize him. When people, I mentioned this in our ladies' night and Dojocast talk with Ash and Camilla. It was like, oh, whatever you think of full body, it's always Phil. But for me, my full body hero would be just Sunny Go immediately because of his great films of War Machine and Ninja vs. Demon. So really cool stuff. And that was, I think, the first few videos that I'm like, okay, let's step away from stick figures and let's try doing this little Sunny Go action type of thing. So yeah, really neato burrito guy. If you guys don't know who he is, he's pretty cool.
So his I think Ninja vs. Demon was the second thing I ever favorited when I made my Newgrounds account. The first one was The Lost of the Dashkin by Adam Phillips, and the second one was Ninja vs. Demon. It's like that did start it off for me, definitely.
Everything's coming too, man. Everything's coming too. Oh, that guy's brilliant though. I don't think anybody's really keeping tab on that guy. I mean, I haven't really seen any of his posts. I don't really follow his DeviantArt too much, but man, that guy is.
The last I heard of him,
pretty wonderful.
I think he was at he went to college or university or something.
I think he graduated though. I want to say recently, but within the first. I don't know. I don't want to guess, but I think he already graduated. If my memory serves me right. Fluid Adam days.
I
Probably
googled
not.
him. We got nothing on Sunny Go. He's rogue.
Ooh, he's gone rogue. Oh no.
He's underground.
Yeah.
He has DeviantArt, right? Last time I checked.
Yeah, I just saw. I think he has a Tumblr, too. He. Oh, you know what? It's a dead end. Oh wait, does he have curly hair?
You found a picture of him.
No, I don't really look at his pictures, but let's say yes. Sure, let's go with that.
Oh well, let's leave that for when we have time. Now, man.
Yeah. Solo high.
I'm seeing so many, just great facial expressions. You know, character
man,
movements. I'm looking at this little pre-render you got going on of Fold'em. Camera shots. Okay.
Left and right, everywhere.
Movements. How do you do it, Mav? How do you pick where to throw the camera?
I don't know. Silly stuff, but I don't know. I think it's more of like sort of going off from the like I would say the Phil philosophy, where like try to like make everything flow together to try to sort of visualize where you're going. But in regard to drawing, I don't know. It just whatever comes to it, sort of whatever you ingest, you sort of spit right back out. Bless you. Wait, was that a cough? I don't even know.
I was a cough.
Oh,
sorry.
Do I say
I've
bless
got a
you?
bit of
I don't know,
cold.
Howard. But
in the UK, you say aloha mora whenever they cough.
Is that a thing, Howard? Can you confirm?
No, that's the spell from Harry Potter.
Great.
Oh my goodness.
That's all I really got to say. Fold'em, it's pretty cool. I'm having fun with it. Process is, but I'm coming to like the final 2 scenes, which is equivalent to 20 seconds worth. So, line working, of course, but it's coming too.
This is actually an interesting crowd. I just realized, Mav, because now I'm the majority. Mav,
oh snap!
You do in betweens. Howard, you do in betweens.
Oh.
You do pose by pose, I mean, and then you go in and fill.
Yeah.
I do a mixture of both, I guess.
Oh.
You'd say, depending on what I'm feeling or what I feel is appropriate.
Well, I mean, it's just usually the other way around. Most stick figure people are totally straight ahead people.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you can.
I think proportions are my weakest thing, and doing it straight ahead can lead to dodgy proportions. But you get a way more inventive and lifelike feel, I find, when doing straight ahead. We could talk about this for ages, but basically I would do my key poses straight ahead and then go back and look at the timing and add in betweens where I feel like I want to prolong the movement, and where I want to speed it up, I would take out frames.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty standard.
Yeah. That's what I do that as well, right? I would sort of lay out my keys and say, that guy looks weird, his leg is off, adjust it a little bit. If I need to add more frames, I add more frames. But here's the thing that a lot of people sort of agree on, is that the reason why I don't know, this I don't want to like base it on people, but the reason why I do pose to pose is sort of like a safety net, because the problem that I find with straight through like animating style is that, once again, it's straight through, but the moment you mess up, you have to like mess up like this frame and then the following after that, and it sort of becomes this like domino effect as to if I do like pose to pose or keyframing.
I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah, like you feel
out.
more.
I call it a ripple effect. So if you change one frame, you have to change the frames around it.
Right.
Exactly.
But I just keep doing that in the rough animation phase.
Really?
And keep doing it and keep doing it and keep doing it. Yeah.
Huh.
It's a bit like it would be a bit like a sander, and you're sanding down a rough face of a wooden sculpture or something.
Every time you make like the lowest point lower, you got to go in and push everything down around it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think personally, keyframing is pretty much like a safety net compared to straightforward, which is pretty much just running and blitzing through an animation. And if you fall, you fall pretty hard. So
Working on this Q thing, I have had a couple times where it's like, well, I couldn't see it because I was just going straight ahead, but I totally animated this wrong. Time to delete 20 frames and redo it. But yeah, it's fun.
Hey, Bepler,
Yeah.
tell me about Q. What's going on with that one?
Oh, what's going on with Q?
Yeah, tell me what's up.
You guys,
Give me the details.
listen, community.
Snap.
I don't know if you know this or if you've been told this, but there was this thing called Rock Hard Gladiators about 5 years ago, maybe 6-ish.
Yeah,
it was getting pretty big. All right, it was kind of exploding. You've heard them all. Yeah, Yo-Yo, Andre. You got Alpha, Jum, Geo. What's his name? Mr. Pix.
Yes.
Umbrella. Okay, you've been looking at it your whole life, and now Hyun'sDojo.com is bringing it back. It kind of sputtered out a little bit when StickPage got, transmuted from Fluid Animus. But hey, Hyun, the man, Eric Kwan himself, is gonna bring it back in the form of Dojo Duel.
Ooh, air horns, boom.
And animation.
Put in air horns for that.
The basic premise is this: you have a character which is consistent in this world, in this map, and you have battles amongst people, and ultimately you're telling a giant story of hopefully your own character rising to the top. And every time you battle somebody, both people versing animate their own character winning, and then they put it up to a vote to the community to see whose animation was either the most styled or the most preferable. Maybe not the most well animated, but like maybe the best story in some situations. Honestly, you're just trying to do better than your opponent, and it's like a big ongoing March Madness style rise to the top kind of points based system. And
what's March Madness? I don't know what that is.
It's like a bracket based elimination kind of thing.
Okay, thank you.
You get to come back. You get to pick who you battle, who you fight, and ultimately it's a way to bring people together, get more awesome animations out there. Just seriously, make a cool character and bring him to light. So what I've been doing, I got this guy called Q, We got a big blue man. Okay, he's jumping off buildings. He's floppy like a cat. He's spilling like water. He's going everywhere that you don't want him to be. Throwing this giant extruded Q at you. It's like he throws it and it comes back to him, kind of like a magnet.
It looks amazing.
And he's like spinning, and you know, it's just it's a demonstration. You know, you got to make a 30-second demo to show off what your character's got. And much like
it's got that special Bepler feel to it as well, of course. That really warped, stretchy amazingness, which can only be described as Bepler animation.
Ooh. It's great.
Andrew, what was my reaction like when you showed me the progress?
It was loud. It was like you kind of sounded like a cartoon character almost. But there's something.
It's like an excited schoolgirl.
There's something interesting about Dojo Duels, and that is your character can either be animated full body or stick figure or sprite or what have you. Maybe even
or
3D.
Both.
Yeah, or both, you guys. So hold on.
Yeah.
It's sort of split up in a way. So like if you're a full body person and you only ever do full body, you can only have fights with other full body people. So they're gonna be like regions. Like there'll be the stick figure regions and then the full regions, and then there's like the sprite canyons or whatever. And there's this big map where all these battles are gonna be taking place, these huge stories. The dojo is in the very center of it. And I was told that if you do have a full body person, you can choose to animate them, like represent them as a stick figure, and then just go in and fight some stick people for a while. It's whatever. So maybe if you're a stick animator and you're trying to break out of it, you see a cool full body person, you're like, man, they're super good. I want to like try and take them on. Maybe get your feet in the door with turning your own character into somebody with hair all of a sudden. I don't know. I just think it's going to be a cool outlet for people to try a bunch of new things. Hopefully try some more angles. Maybe not so many side scroller 2D stick figure shots. But really, move the camera around, guys. I don't know. Mav, you're working on something. I saw a comic. I saw a space elevator.
Yeah.
What was that about?
I don't know if I should tell everybody, though. I mean, like, it's just a comic right now. Around in the world of Sarah. It's coming along. I mean, I started working on it today. I'm just laying out the roughs and putting what colors I like, but it's coming along. I don't know. Hopefully I can get it up before Dojo Duels and whatnot. So
a comic? So
yeah.
Where are you going to post that?
I don't know. Well, originally I was going to I'm just going to upload it to like a picture site, like maybe print screen or whatever, and then just get the link and put it on the Dojo. But I don't know. I'm just trying to find out outlets for me to place it in. I mean, what do you guys think? Like, where should I put it at? I don't know. I don't really do comics.
On Tumblr?
Maybe Tumblr?
DeviantArt?
Maybe like if you're doing multiple panels, are you?
Multiple panels. Yes. Yeah.
Like put it to
do it on Newgrounds
and upload it to the portal.
Oh damn!
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
Bad. Yeah, that wouldn't be that.
Maybe there could be like a whole like section in the Hyun's Dojo YouTube where it's like Duelist Origins or something.
Yo Hyun, you should get on that.
Yo Hyun.
That's a good idea.
It's like the backstories of, and like maybe some people could get nominated to like tell some of the lore of the actual map and everything, because Hyun said he was writing, he wrote pages on the story and everything of this world that duels are going to be taking place in. Maybe you like show them your comics, man. Be like, hey, maybe we tie these into some of the major plot lines that happened.
Yeah, I'm hoping, yeah. But I don't know if you guys watched this, but I think this was a promo for Uncharted. Uncharted before, I think it was Uncharted 2 or 3. I don't know where they are, but it was in the middle of the series. But Uncharted made this really cool motion graphic comic that it was like it had the full voice actors on it. So whenever the people talk, it was the actual voice actors. So I was thinking maybe we should have a section about that, right? It's like a motion comic.
Yeah.
And with full on actors. Oh my god, that'd be so cool.
Like consistent characters. I mean.
Yeah.
That sounds awesome, Mav.
That sounds like a pretty good idea. Bring it up to Hyun. Hyun, if you're listening, we should do it. Let's get it on.
Howard, you yourself are more of a Newgrounds man than one of a dojo persuasion.
Yeah, Dojo is fairly recent compared to Newgrounds.
So
Newgrounds is what got me into it all. Yeah.
So you're on a Hyun's Dojo podcast right now. What would you say, as a somewhat new member to the community, is your likelihood of participating in these duels? You know, with all your commissions in the forefront.
I would love to, like, whenever I hear anything about a collaboration, I want in instantly. I want to participate. That's just, otherwise I feel left out, you know?
Yeah.
But practically, it might be quite difficult right now, just personally. But I think they're a great way to network amongst other animators and to find friends who have the same interest. Especially in such a tiny niche, you need to team up with people, you know, and like we are doing right now, pretty much. So yeah, I want to do it. I still feel like a bit of an outsider just because I haven't had the opportunity to actually contribute to one of these things. I'd like to, definitely.
Well, the dojo is a welcoming place, Howard. We would love to have you floating around.
Thanks. I'll definitely try.
So you just went to uni.
Yeah, it's a busy time right now.
And Mav, you just got out?
Oh, thank God, yes. Yeah, I got out of it, man. I got out.
Two sides of the same coin. So, Mav, you went for some animation?
No.
You just went for
No.
business, that's right.
Yeah, I just went business marketing, and I was in there for a whole 2 years.
Yeah, that's a great skill to have, business and marketing.
Yeah, well, I'm hoping it is.
I wish I took that at back in my school.
Mm.
I wish I'd thought of taking that, because I think I could really do with the knowledge that you get in those courses.
Yeah.
But anyway, I've had to kind of learn that stuff as I go along, as best I can. Especially marketing. I bought quite a few books on marketing.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, yeah. So that would make you what age? Well, are you willing to say?
No, I'm good. Okay.
He's at
Put
least
this on your
12
calendar,
years.
folks. Put this on your calendar. I'm turning 21 in 2 weeks.
Oh,
wow.
shoot!
Oh wait, in a week's time. Yeah. So that's gonna be pretty cool. So right now I'm 20. Yeah.
I am a week older than you.
Oh damn!
Yeah.
Damn, really?
Wait,
Yeah.
What?
birthday, Howard, today?
My birthday was on the Saturday.
Oh.
So not a week older, but like a week and a half.
Yeah.
maybe.
Today's Monday, listeners.
Shh, no, what do you mean? It's not
Jeez,
Monday. I mean, it's whatever this thing comes out. It's continuity.
So- Howard, you're going for animation, right? At least partially.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's going full-fledged. And Mav, you were doing like some typography things for
Yeah.
Zoo. You know, you're out there getting featured on that dojo. You know, I feel like I gotta ask. I gotta steer the boat.
Ask away. Steer that boat, babbler.
What's the deal, you guys, with 2D animation as the industry? All right, talk to me about. Is it living? Is it dying? Is it just gonna walk away?
This is what I'm passionate about. So I'll hold back for now.
Take it
Nav,
away,
you go ahead.
dude. Just take it.
No.
Go for it.
Because I'll steal the spotlight.
No,
I
dude.
will
It's all,
steal the
it's all
spotlight.
good. It's all good, dude. Just take
You're
the boat
the
and
special guest. All right, man.
Yeah.
We want to hear your opinions. So let's have it, Howard.
All right. Where to start? All right. I think on a big scale, on like the ones that everyone sees, like you know, you'll notice that 2D feature animation is pretty much all phased out. You've got things like instead you've got things like How to Train Your Dragon, Big Hero 6, and what have you. That none of these are 2D anymore. And so for feature animation, sorry, I've got a blocked nose. For feature animation, I'd say, 2D's gone. But that's not the industry, that's just one section of the industry. It's a big section with a big turnover of millions of dollars, but it's not the entire industry, and especially not if you're looking to be a professional in this industry. That's not the only route you can take. And in fact, what you don't hear about are what about all of these massive startup companies? Well, not massive, but they're small startup companies, and they have this, abstract concept that they need to explain to millions of people who are going to use their service, and they have no way of doing that. Well, a lot of them are turning to explainer videos to do that. So you've got sites like Wooshi popping up. So Wooshi is like a commissions website. I would actually personally advise you not to use Wooshi and to actually create your own website if you're looking to get into freelancing. But it's basically it's like the services industry for animation is booming right now. We're in the golden age, I would argue. I know the golden age is meant to be way back, like, times of Pinocchio and stuff, but I don't believe that at all. It's right now, and the amount of 2D animations that are getting made, if it was on a graph, it would be an exponential increase. Adobe Flash has made it possible for a kid, literally, like teenagers in their bedrooms, to make short animated films which are rivaling that of industry standard stuff. And if you don't believe me, watch Ninja vs Demon.
Yeah.
Watch Aqua HD by G Zintabolis. Watch, what are some other ones? There's so many. Watch Zayrel, or watch Fred Steak Robot. Or watch Cat Fat, Sean McKinley. These are all examples of like teenagers in their bedrooms who have the power at their fingertips to make unforgettable experiences and just put it out there to the world. You wouldn't have been able to do that 20 or 30 years ago, or back in the golden age. It's the industry, it's not dead, it's just changed, it's metamorphosized, it's gone from a caterpillar into a butterfly.
Yeah.
That's my opinion.
Super,
what about your
solid.
What about your opinion?
Crap. I was trying to think. Okay, Mav, you go.
Well, okay, I can see that there's some problems. This is more of like the financial part, because as everybody know, no matter who you are, as long as you have some sort of knowledge in animation, right? Especially 2D animation, that shit's expensive, right? Compared to like the 3D model, 3D animation, like How to Train Your Dragon, to some degree Shrek. Like they're all just like, here's a model, let's just animate it. Oh, that needs lighting, bam. When it takes like, I don't know, like 10 people to like get rough, clean, color, and maybe do some lighting effects, that thing takes a lot of economic toll. So I can see like why people would think on a business side that 2D animation, specifically more of like the feature film, is dying because it's expensive.
The biggest expense in all of these films is paying the workforce.
Yeah,
they're paying the animators to make it. So they're always trying to cut costs on that.
And you know what's sad is that I don't know if anybody looked at the Disney's timeline, but Princess and the Frog was the last 2D animation that they ever featured, and it wasn't even that popular as some of the other ones. But just that was the last ever from today.
Yeah, they didn't go out with a bang.
Yeah, it was pretty sad because
So I was just Googling it, just trying to find out. I was looking at the top 10 2D animated things. Most recent I could find, 2011, Winnie the Pooh.
Oh.
Well, that was a feature film.
That was a feature. They got their own, and I can't find anything more than that. And I started to think about relevant things in the vein that you were talking about, Howard. And I remembered, hey, Dick Figures made a movie.
Yeah.
Dick Figures.
They made an entire movie, totally.
We haven't even talked about Kickstarter.
Oh, yeah.
We haven't talked about Kickstarter and what opportunities that's brought up. What about Patreon as well? that's opened a massive door of possibilities where now artists are able to make animating their full-time job.
That's right. It's unbelievable.
Sun Creature Studios, right? They're a studio that exists entirely on their fans' contributions. I believe so, at least.
I mean, if not,
They don't make a lot of revenue aside from that.
If you don't know, guys, Sun Feature Studios. Am I saying it right, Howard?
Sun Creature
Feature.
Studios.
Sun Creature Studios.
There you
I
go.
just found out, you guys, that it was I only ever saw the reward. Apparently there's more, and you can go watch them. YouTube.com/Sun Feature Studios.
Watch
We'll
it.
put a
Get it.
link in the link dump for this podcast somewhere. You'll find it, you guys.
Yeah.
But
You'll
They're
find it.
great. They're really good.
Yeah.
like stellar, like stars, man, like solar masses. They could be a black hole if they just keep going with it. People. So yeah, Dig Figures was a pretty good movie.
Yeah.
I got to admit, I didn't watch it the whole way through, but I did admire them for going all out on that movie, and it got funded like easily, didn't it?
Yeah,
I swear they made more than
Yeah.
their goal.
They had a bigger stretch goal that they did not hit, but they passed what they said was going to be the average, or the, we need this much to make the movie.
And with that, they employed, I think it was at least 7 animators to work for them.
Yeah.
To get it done in a reasonable amount of time. Because I watched this behind the scenes, and they got what's her name? Lindsay
Lindsay Small Butera.
Lindsay.
Oh yeah.
Lindsay Wang.
Oh.
Lin V Wang, who is.
Oh, okay. I take that back. No, I thought.
No, she did Solstice.
Yeah, it's okay.
Did you know Solstice?
Yeah.
That animation. It's like a western.
Yeah.
It's just a trailer, but yeah, she made that, and she worked on it, I think.
Yeah.
And a bunch of other talented animators.
I think Ed as well. Yeah, those two had worked on Solstice at the same time. In the span of like a month or two or something like that. It's really quick.
Because it's seriously just a month or two.
Yeah, it was a really short production life. Holy crap!
Wait,
it was like
the movie, or of Solstice?
No,
it's like this.
No, Solstice.
Yeah, it's just a short thing, but man,
It's like a fake trailer.
yeah, it was a really short production life. Like, oh my god, and it's just the two of them, mind you. I'm pretty sure that they had some help, but the main two people were just Ed and Lynn. Gosh, dang it.
What a freaking skill that is. Like, we have 30 days. We need to make this thing. You know, my name is Howard, and I have to make wild fur in 1/12 of a year. You know, I have to make so many Photoshop backgrounds in one day.
It almost killed me.
It's practically
Gosh.
homicide, right?
Yeah.
Suicide.
I don't even have that.
I'm not killing anyone else from doing it.
How in the world can you just keep going at it in the face of Armageddon? Mav Mighty? Maybe.
We're starting out with me.
Like,
Damn.
when you just completely hate yourself for starting something so massive, how do you keep going on it?
Okay, first off, I'm gonna say a little backstory. Okay, so for people who don't know, Demonstration was my first and only big project that I ever made. I usually just made like 5-10 seconds, maybe even to some degree 4 seconds worth of animation, and they were like dinky like guys just running and toppling over each other. But dude, originally that project was supposed to be like 30 seconds long as my my part for Dojo collab 2. And it kept rolling. The ball, I couldn't stop it. I tried putting stoppers. It just kept going and going. And then it took me, I don't want to say like the amount of time, but it took me just well over my whole school career for my second year. And damn, I hated it. I freaking hated what I started. But I eventually got it out, and I think it was worth it. And like me and Howard, prior to this Dojocast, we're talking about it, where that at least you got it out, and going back on it, it's like yeah, I'm pretty proud that I actually got it out and made it out to the Dojo feature page. So it's pretty fun. Yeah.
Even if you see its imperfections and stuff, you can still be proud of it.
Yeah. And see, that's the hard thing. Like, you work so hard, and you just keep pressing Control Enter, and you just see that shit unfold. Going, oh no,
Yeah.
I did a line right there. Oh no, that building looks off, but I just gotta keep going. So,
Yeah.
I think that's probably the worst part of working on a project that's well off. That I shouldn't be working on this anymore. So, yeah.
There's a certain art to just learning how to say, "It's fine. It is
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
Just keep going."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Howard, you know better than anybody. How do you keep at it?
Oh,
Oh god.
gosh. Maybe concentrate on small victories. So, the biggest one I've done was the music video for Crosswinds Meet the Sky. And that was a 4-minute long music video animation. That was and it took me over 5 months to make. And it was across 6 different flash files.
Oh damn.
So I had 6 different flash files, and I just had to manage it in chunks. And of course, I had no human interaction.
Solid.
And I think the only way I stayed sane was from the Skype groups that I'm in, like mostly Frederator people like Jay Spielorg, Josh Chambers, Fred Steak Robot, Yoshua Bauer, or Dog Yoshimitsu. I can't say his name properly. They helped keep me sane because without them, I would have maybe slipped into depression or something, because I just wasn't. The only people I would see on a day-to-day basis was like my cat and my mum and dad, maybe.
Yeah.
Depressing times. I would go on walks. I would go on a long walk at night to get some air, and I would just talk to myself. And I would talk to myself, and I would tell myself what I would do when the project was finished, like all the things I had put off and for those months, and be like, oh, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna make music again. Like, I'm gonna do this and that. I'm gonna meet up with so and so, and I put my life on hold for 5.5 months.
Yeah.
And then, okay, as I was going out the door to Pico Day, to fly to Philadelphia to meet all these animators, as I was going out the door with my rucksack on, I sent the file to Joe, my client. I sent the finished file to him.
Nice.
So it was in the nick of time. And of course there was complications with file compressions and stuff, which didn't help. But yeah. Did I give advice?
Oh, I get. Yeah.
Were you supposed to give advice? I didn't really follow through with mine.
Yeah, people.
Yeah.
I definitely.
And really, you've got to love doing it, and
Yeah.
you've got to be comfortable just sitting at your desk for hours.
I think that's one of the hardest part that new animators that can't really wrap around their heads is that you can learn style and everything, but you can't really learn how to sit in one place and just draw like 1,500
Yeah.
frames in a consecutive like month by month
Yeah.
situation. Like, you can't learn that. It's just
Yeah.
I think that's the hardest part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you might be thinking, well, why don't you just have friends like sit in your room as you're drawing and stuff?
never worked.
You can't. It never works. Why don't you just go on Skype call?
Yeah.
Never works. I've got a flash file open right now. I've drawn 5 lines during this entire time. It doesn't happen.
Yeah.
You can't put your mind to it if people are in there. So you've got to shut yourself off from the world, and it's unfortunate. But that's a sacrifice you have to take if you're going to be an animator.
Yeah. Babbler, how about you?
Well,
What's your take on it?
shut yourself off completely. I found very specifically when making a one Jeans Beans pilot episode.
Oh, jeez, please.
I found
The best thing since moving slowly. No, the best thing since
Hats.
hats.
If you can go that far.
I can make hats too. It's
Oh,
always
do
been-
it.
Squirrel chase.
Do it.
I found more than anything that being in a call helped. You say no calls.
I just
nothing
can't
can get
work.
done. Okay, well,
I
let me
can't,
elaborate.
personally.
So Yellow Atlas Downs makes the Woko short little 1 minute-ish pieces. He's telling a story of a Asian guy. What a sentence.
Great.
Anyway, he's working on a series while I'm working on a series. It feels better. It's like, it's hard to work on that thing specifically when he's not also working on his thing specifically. It's become codependent at this point.
Oh, okay.
But-
It's like a deal between you two. Like you expect each other to work.
We really, truly, that's it. It's
Like, have you ever had a gym partner?
No, but I can imagine it.
Well, it's like the commitment is formed through going with the gym partner. So
Yeah.
you call them up and you say, "Are you going to the gym today?" And one of them goes, "No, I don't feel like it. I'm gonna sit on the couch and eat ice cream." And then he's like, "No, you're coming because I'm going there. So you have to go." So you kind of like,
It's the guilt.
it's like you've got a rope between you two, and you give one another a tug
That's right.
every time you want to sit down or something.
So that's what it started to be like, and yeah, truly because of just him, it was that the pilot got finished at all. I would never have done it just on my own. So
Really?
And to very high quality, might I
Yeah.
add.
Heyo. I didn't think it was gonna get released ever. Let alone episode 2, guys. Episode 2 is getting worked on. You know.
Oh man, I've been seeing those
Really?
previews, man. Howard, you are missing out on some
Oh,
great
I haven't seen the
previews.
previews.
Oh my god. Folks, let me just tell you. G's Beans episode 2, you are going to be in for some sort of treat. Let me tell you that right now.
gosh.
It's pretty great.
Oh,
And we
boy.
are not
It's
talking
out.
about ice cream while sitting on the couch. All right. This is full blown workout, ladies and gentlemen.
Boom. Oh man. But if I can interject, I'm sort of like the in between you, Howard, and Bebler. I mean, I like being alone because you don't have people in the background saying, "Oh, can I see?" Or just like somebody makes a joke and you just pretty much go on a tangent and you leave your tablet alone. I like being alone when it's sort of like that, when it's sort of my me time. But definitely having people around me and they're trying to support me, like going in Skype chats and groups and whatnot, is probably the best thing. But I don't know. It obviously depends on each person, but really having that happy medium is probably my way of interacting. The way I sort of go on with the animating lifestyle type thing. So, yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, you've been streaming.
Oh yes, very, very much. I told myself not to, but
Why?
because okay, see the thing is that for demonstration, nostalgic. I kept on streaming every single like work day I had for that piece, and like it didn't feel right towards the end. So I tried to like limit myself with streaming it as much as possible for this new project I'm working on, Fold'em or what have you, and I just. I gotta step away from it sometimes because I don't want people to look at it constantly. And when when I finally finish the actual piece, they're like, "Oh, I've seen that already." So that's my fear personally. Whenever I stream, so I try to do it as little as often, but I just can't get away from it, man. It's like it's a drug. I gotta show people. I gotta keep showing people. Yeah.
It is truly an addiction hitting Control Enter. It's like, man.
Yeah. I justify it to myself like, oh, it's important. I need to look over it and see if there's flaws. But really,
Yeah.
I could probably do it a lot less and still get by it and still, be a bit more time
Yeah.
efficient.
New Year's resolution. Stop hitting Control Enter every 2
Yeah.
minutes.
Sounds like my resolution.
If you're watching your animation more than you're animating it, you
Yeah.
got a problem.
Yeah.
I think Pluto? Yeah, Pluto, when I was working on like this little test animation, Two Swords, I was with 2 other people on the time on a Skype chat, and he's just looking at my stream, just, "Mab, are you gonna start animating?" Like, no, I gotta keep looking at my animation. It's like, and he just told me like straight off, like, the more you look at your animation, the worse it gets, because you're gonna see your flaws. And I think that's one of the things that I need to stop doing as well. Just keep looking constantly back and forth and hitting that Control Enter. But yeah, it's really hard, man. It's hard. I just want to see the little Oh, baby, come to life.
Yeah, it is lovely, like drawing some poses and just seeing it come to life before your eyes.
Yeah.
Like it becomes a real thing. It materializes in front of you. It's quite amazing.
Hold on, I'm trying to find the thing. Remember that thing that like this is the thing that they don't tell beginners.
What? Which one?
Nobody tells this to beginners, or something like that.
Nope.
Right here. I'll put it in the link thing. We already recommended this months ago, but there's a line in here where it just says, "Make a lot of stuff. Set yourself a deadline. Da 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 da. Make a thing." It is so important that you just keep making stuff and don't watch what you make. Just go blind to your final products and your criticisms and just keep going.
But I want to look at it so bad. That's the thing. I want to look at it so bad. Ah, man.
Okay, what do we got left? We got pretty much everything covered, you guys, for the cast that we wanted to. We had a Howard situation going on, and it was spicy.
What situation?
I mean, I'm talking about that
me being
British
here.
Canadian American combo.
Damn straight.
We got
Are
the
you
maple
from
syrup.
Canada?
Yeah, I'm
cool.
from the land of Canada's.
Which town?
Town or province or what do you?
Which area of Canada?
I'm in the prairies, so I'm from Alberta. I'm the province that if it was a Hershey's
cool.
bar, somebody took a bit out of it. You'll get what I'm trying to say. Just look at a
Okay.
Canadian map. But yeah, I'm from Alberta. Yuppers. Yep.
That's Mavo. Maple syrup,
Yep.
Tim Hortons. Howard
All day, every
Wimhurst.
day.
You got tea, crisps.
I drank all my tea like in the first few minutes of our call.
I wouldn't put it
damn.
past him, guys. Classic Harry. Gotta get rid of that scar, man. And then you got you got deep fried burgers and deep fried pizza. So, if it's not for any further ado, recommendations.
Okay.
Oh,
Got
wait.
it.
Wait, hold on. Last note.
What?
You're so right. The Pitch Bible. Hey, Howard.
There you go.
Yeah.
Titillate our ears. All right. Fill the heads of us.
Yeah. You were talking about this prior to Dojocast. Late on us.
Well, it was an idea for an episode for animated guilds, because a lot of people I come across want to make their own animated web series, and where you start, that is called the Pitch Bible, and it was just an idea for a topic that I had. Maybe I should make an entire video on this, but basically a Pitch Bible is like a collection, usually a folder of designs and scripts and story and characters and environments, which all come together to form the backbone of your series. And I thought that would be quite an interesting topic, and I might even try to create one for myself. And then what you do is you take that Pitch Bible and you pitch it to studios or producers. It's quite an interesting topic because all animated series you've seen, all anime shows, all cartoon shows you see that are funded and that are made by a real production company, they all started with a Pitch Bible, and it also shows, it gives you some idea of what episodes are going to be like and what the pilot episode is going to be about and stuff. So it's a really interesting topic, and I do believe that it's this thing about preparation and when people are looking for something which is going to dramatically boost their the quality of their animations, I personally believe that the thing that will instantly take it to the next level is having more preparation. So really thinking through your ideas before you do them. That's not to say that some spontaneous ideas can't be great, but planning, you can get some amazing results if you do proper planning, and there's plenty of methods that I want to go into for that, but I think I'm going to save that for Animator Guild.
Sounds great.
Guys, head on over. Check him out. He's got a pretty sweet setup over there, guys. Nice, sleek website.
Thanks. Or you could go to my website, howardwimshurst.com, to see what all the fuss is about. With who is this idiot who's this British guy who's talking about animation like he knows animation? Well, you can criticize the hell out of my stuff on howardwimshurst.com. Well, except there's no comment section, so you can just...
So you can't do that.
You can't do it, but you could, I don't know, say it to yourself.
Very good, We'll leave links, guys, so you don't have to try and write his last name. Recommendations. Let's fly him in. Nav Mighty, what do you got?
I got a really great person. His name is Howard. You can go check out his website at Animation Guild. But definitely check him out though. My piece is a really weird one. I put it on our Skype chat. It's what's it called? Super Turbo Atomic Ninja Rabbit. It's a pretty cool thing. I can't really say it too much, but there's also a Vice interview about the creator of this and his team that actually made these animations. So if you can find that as well, I'll put a link for you in the link dump. But it's a really good read, and the animation as well. It's pretty good watch. So definitely check out Super Turbo Atomic Ninja Rabbit. That's my recommendation. How about you, Bebler?
Shoot, I just looked at it right now. That shot with like the discs flying through the air. And this is cool, you guys.
Yeah.
Give it a watch. Give it a watch. Okay. In the spirit of sweet angles and moving the camera around, hey.
Got it.
If you haven't heard of it, there's this little web series hosted on Mondo, Batman Piderman. Okay?
Oof.
We got like a 24, 25 episode kind of thing going on. A sweet little story, but more importantly, the nuances in the animation are off the chart. I tried to put it on the chart. The chart wasn't tall enough, you guys. Okay? I was trying to place this somewhere. They got like handheld camera shots. They got cameras flying over hills. It's not the kind of series that I was expecting these sorts of shots from, but there they were, just out of nowhere. There's like a wide angle shot of the interior of a room, and I've just never seen someone move the camera around on the inside of a room as well as I did in this series, you guys. Just
it's great.
Take a look. I'd say all of the episodes, one after the other, it's pretty much the same length as a full-length movie. So if you ever have a couple hours, maybe 1.5, go for it.
They're very adorable as well, and the character animation is good. They're very, they're like some of the characters, like Batman. He's just like a pile of. He's like a bag of liquid in the way that he moves. He's very floppy and
sometimes
it's very sweet.
Sometimes he just pulls his hand off and just like, oh.
Yeah, he does like cartwheels and stuff, and he even occasionally they'll morph him. They'll do like a little morph, and it's very clever how it works.
He like spills into a room and his legs kind of fall over his own shoulders. It's great.
Yeah.
All right, man, Howard.
There we go.
All right, I would probably have to do Girls and Guys from Summits and Skies. That's the English translation, but it's in French, and it's by Gwen Germain. I hope I've pronounced that right. Trailer for a film, but this guy is a French art student from Créapol, so that's where he studies. Very prestigious. I believe Créapol is very prestigious. I don't know. It's French, so
has to be.
It's going to be good. It's very inspired by Miyazaki and also some concept artists like Sid Mead, and just go check it out.
It is otherworldly, guys.
It's amazing. This is like what I aspire to become. I want to get to this level someday.
I think we
Yeah.
all do. It's
Yeah.
oh my god.
It's a fantastic world.
So I mean,
Yeah.
check those
I'm
out,
done.
you guys. Give yourself a
Yep.
sweet little watch. You know, gonna
Enjoy them.
Enjoy.
treat yourself. And on that note, Matt Mighty.
Oh, we are out. Episode 5, guys. We're glad to be back here with you in your ears and in your blankets, tablets. I don't know. We're just glad to be back. Woo!
Episode 6, season finale coming soon.
We did it. We did it.
Yeah.
Woo. Okay, bye.
Bye.
Bye.